Good evening. My name is Karen Kirsch. I spoke at the last meeting, but as a reminder, my husband and I, as well as our two boys, are all graduates of Pineview School. I also served as one of Mrs. Ziegler's appointees to the Citizens Advisory Committee when Dr. Asplin was hired. I am here tonight to urge the board to reverse course and vote to retain Dr. Asplin as our superintendent. To date, none of you has provided a cogent explanation as to why terminating Dr. Asplin or accepting his resignation is in the best interests of our district. The question of why has simply not been answered, not by you and not by the loudest voices in this room or on social media. As a conservative Republican myself, my assessment is that the four of you, following the August election, overestimated the depth and the breadth of the support you'd have for this move against Dr. Asplin among Republican voters and in the wider community. And I think that you very badly underestimated the level of support for Dr. Asplin that exists in all of the critical stakeholder groups to which you owe a duty: teachers, staff, students, parents, and the community. Because you may view every issue as being red versus blue, you fail to understand that for most of us, even conservative voters, education should be a nonpartisan issue. Everyone I know who voted for Zem or earlier for Mrs. Rose feels duped and betrayed by your efforts to oust a highly regarded, high-performing, and by your own measures, highly effective superintendent. So I implore you to put our district ahead of your personal and political motivations and find a way to move forward with Dr. Asplin. In my view, it is the only way to begin to repair the damage that this whole debacle has already caused. The community has lost faith and trust in the new board. 97% of the teachers who responded to the survey want Dr. Asplin retained. The speakers and emails in favor of Dr. Asplin far outweigh those who want him gone. Please do not equate the volume of those who disrupt these board meetings and post on Facebook with the number of them, because there are far more people like me, moderate Republicans, who vote and oppose this effort to oust Dr. Asplin than there are voters who support what you're trying to do. And you know that. You heard the speakers at the last meeting, you've seen the emails, you read the piece in The Observer, you saw what happened at the recent Sarasota GOP leadership election. The four of you have inadvertently found the one issue that has united people of all political stripes in this community. We want Dr. Asplin to stay. It is not too late to reverse course. As I often tell my boys, it is never too late to do the right thing. With the exception of Mrs. Rose, my impression at the last meeting was that the rest of you were open to finding a way out of this disastrous start to the new board's tenure. Get a mediator. Put a timeline and benchmarks in place. Lead. I don't know if Dr. Asplin is willing to stay, and I wouldn't blame you if you are not. But please retain him.
Thank you very much.